Hello everyone, welcome back to Vouch Initiative International Tech Series. I am Ishmael, and today we will be diving into something fundamental to all our devices, and this is based on the operating system or the OS. Joining me are my good friends Darling and Zachariah. How are you guys doing today?
Hey Ishmael, I'm good and ready to dig into this topic. It's something we use every day, but I feel like we don't think much about it.
Same here. It's so obsession. But there's so much you don't know about it. Let's get into it.
Alright, now let's start with the basics. Darling, can you tell us in simple terms what an operating system is?
Sure. An operating system is like the manager of a computer. It manages all the hardware and software resource in a device, and it's what lets us interact with our computers without having to know the technical details.
Yeah, without an OS, our computer will just be a bunch of hardware with no way to communicate with us or run programs. Some popular examples of operating systems are the Windows, the macOS, and the Linux. Some popular mobile operating systems are the Android and iOS.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about what an OS does. Zachariah, can you walk us through some of the functions?
Sure, the OS is responsible for handling several critical functions. First, we have the processing management. The OS is responsible for managing the tasks running on the computer, making sure each gets the CPU time it needs. 2. The memory management. The OS is responsible for allocating and reallocating memory spaces to different applications, making sure they don't interfere with each other. 3. The file system management. The OS organizes files on the computer so that we are able to find them easily and use them. 4. The device management. The OS controls devices that are connected to the computer, such as keyboard, mouse, printers, etc. And last but not the least, the user interface. This is how we interact with the computer, either through the graphical user interface, which is mostly seen in Windows, or the command line interface, which is mostly used on the terminal in Linux.
I like the user interface part because it is what we interact with the most. Most people do not realize that things you see on the screen, the windows, the icons, the menus, it's all part of the OS doing the job.
It's amazing how the OS is able to handle all these functions seamlessly. It makes multitasking possible, where running multiple applications at once without crashing.
Great point. Now, let's discuss the different types of operating systems out there. Darren, can you break down some of the main types for us?
Sure. There are a few main types. 1. The batch operating system. This was used in the old days where jobs were processed in batches without the user interaction. 2. Time-sharing operating system. This one allows multiple users to use the system simultaneously, like in schools or businesses. 3. Distributed operating system. This one manages a group of independent computers and makes them appear as one. It is then used in systems that need high availability. And 4. Real-time operating system. This is used in systems that require immediate processing and response, like medical devices and automotive systems. And last, mobile operating system. This is designed specifically for mobile devices like Android and iOS.
Wow, I didn't know there were so many types of operating systems. I've only mostly used the time-sharing type without even realizing it.
Yeah, and so each type has its own specific use case, depending on what you need the system to do.
Exactly. Let's also touch on something that can be a little bit tricky. The memory management. Zachariah, want to take this one?
Sure, the memory management is how the memory in a computer, like RAM, is responsible for allocating spaces to different programs and ensuring they have enough space to function. The OS also uses the thing we know as the virtual memory, which is pretending the hard drive is extra RAM when the RAM is completely run out.
Right, and that's where things like page-name segmentation comes in, which are methods the OS uses to manage memory more efficiently.
Good stuff. Moving on to the file system management. This is how the OS or the operating system organize and store files. It's crucial for keeping your data safe and accessible. Darling, what can you tell us about file system?
File systems are how the OS organizes and stores the file in a storage medium. Different operating systems use different file systems. For example, Windows uses NTFS, which is known for security features, whilst Linux might use ext4, which is great for handling large amounts of data.
And there is also the FAT32, which is for USB devices, because they are most compatible with most of the operating systems, even though they are not as advanced as the NTFS or the ext4.
Absolutely. Let's quickly talk about the device management. Zachariah, you have got this one.
Device management. This is how the OS controls all the connected devices to a computer, such as the mouse, the keyboard, the printer, etc. It uses what we know as the device driver, which is a special program that allows the OS to communicate with hardware.
And the cool part is the plug and play, which allows the OS to automatically recognize and configure a new device you connect to your computer.
That's handy. Before we wrap it up, let's discuss the protection and security features of an OS. Darling, what can you tell us about that?
Alright, security is a big part of what an OS does. It manages user authentication and allows only authorized users to have access to the system. It controls files permission, which dictates who can read, write, or execute a file. Antivirus software, which help protect against external threats.
Wow, there are so many things the OS does behind the scenes, which makes sure everything runs smoothly and securely.
Definitely. What one thing do you think will be big in the future of OS or operating systems?
Which is where most of the computing will be done over the internet instead of locally on a device.
I agree. And AI integration will also be huge. We will have smarter systems that can learn from how we use our devices and adapt to our needs.
For today's episode on operating system basics. Thanks for joining us. And remember, it's all about making tech easy to understand. And please don't forget, if there is any question, please ask in the comment section below. Thank you. See you next time.